I have some huge ant mounds near the curb by the mailbox. What is the best way to treat them, one, and why are some mounds larger than others? That's a good question.
It is a good question.
That is a real good question.
And probably we're talking about fire ants.
Fire ants, I'm sure. There are a lot out there now.
Yep, there are a lot of them out there. Most of the time, the size of a mound is, well, it has to do with the number of fire ants in the mound to some extent, but most of the time it's simply a function of how much moisture is in the ground. Fire ants use that mound as a way to regulate the humidity and temperature for the brood. And if it's really wet, conditions, they will raise that mound up higher to get it out of the moisture. And in the same colony in the middle of July, when it's hot and dry, you'll almost not see a mound. The brood will be carried deeper where there's more moisture and it's not quite as hot. It can actually get too hot for the brood. But if you've just got one or two mounds there by your mailbox, if you go by there every day and kick them, they'll move. They'll move. Just don't stand there. You kick them, but they don't like to be bothered.
Right.
And you can do that, and that's why they're up against the curb, because the lawnmower doesn't bother them, and you'll see them around telephone poles and around telephone boxes and things like that, because usually nobody bothers them there. But it's probably what it is. If you want to use insecticides to treat them, we recommend the two-step method, the Texas two-step. Texas A&M University developed it, and it simply involves broadcasting a bait or scattering a bait around the mound, and there are a lot of different baits out there. Just go to your local lawn and garden center and find a bait, and wait several days, and then go back to the mound and treat the mound with a contact insecticide. And that could be one that has like fipronil with a residual activity, or one with one of the pyrethrins, like bifenthrin, or one of the pyrethrins that will doesn't stay there in the environment as long, but it is a good contact killer. And the reason you do that is when you put the bait out there, the workers will take it back to the queen, they'll feed it to the queen, and depending on what the active ingredient it is, it will either kill the queen or it will sterilize her, make her where she can't produce viable eggs. And but the workers still will live up to 9 weeks. The young workers, it takes them their life cycle, lasts 9 weeks. So even though you don't have queen producing young, you still got these worker fire ants that have an automatic stinger mounted to them, and they can cause you some problems there. And so when you go back with a contact insecticide, then you can take the workers out, and you're okay. You should be clean until the next flight. The fire ants, so the next warm rain, when that queen is flying around looking for a place to land, and she sees, there's a spot with no mounds, and that's where she goes. She lands, burrows down, and that's where the new mound is created. So it, like a lot of the problems we've talked about earlier, doesn't go away,
How about that?
It's an ongoing battle.
And your explanation about the large mounds makes sense, because we've had a lot of moisture here lately. So you're seeing these huge mounds above the ground.
Yeah, they're getting them
Like
out of
mini
the water.
volcanoes. It's all over the place.
Larvae can drown too, so you got to get them out of the water.